Welcome back to my channel. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple unalivings that took place on the 13th of November 2022. DM is one of the surviving roommates. She allegedly saw a man with bushy eyebrows, athletic build, with a mask on, and she did not call law enforcement for 8 hours. It was said that she was frozen in shock. She froze in shock state. After 8 hours, she didn't even call 911. She decided to call Hunter Johnson, who was Ian Zana's friend, and he called 911. This all doesn't make sense because DM was supposed to be sleeping in the first floor. That was what we were told in the beginning of this case. Chief Fry clearly told ABC News reporter when she asked him in the press conference if DM and BF, the surviving roommates, were injured. He said no, they weren't. She said, why didn't they call 911? He said, we're still trying to investigate that. And then the reporter said, are you trying to say that there were 2 surviving roommates? They weren't injured, but they didn't call 911? And Chief Fry answered by saying, I said they were surviving roommates. I never said they were witnesses. So they were not witnesses in the beginning of this case. But 7 weeks later, when Brian Christopher Koberger was arrested in Pennsylvania, the affidavit came out at the first week of January 2023. And the affidavit said that DM was a witness. Today I'd like to show you some pictures and discuss what I believe could have been going on with the pictures I'm about to show you all. These are my findings, so I don't want anyone else to use them yet because I'm working on them. And it's been happening quite often that many people are just taking things from my channel. I don't want to be childish about that, but this takes a lot of my time, a lot of my effort, and it's not like people give credit where it's due. So this is all in my opinion only. This is for educational purpose only. These pictures are factual, they're real, but I'm just giving you all my opinion, what I think is happening at the background. Most of y'all have seen these pictures from before, I guess. I believe that is DM with the blue wig, the Halloween wig. And this was actually taken on Halloween Day, right before the unalivings. That is Zana sitting next to DM. I personally believe that actions speak louder than words. Pictures tell a lot. DM looks like she doesn't even want to be sitting there for whatever reason. I wonder if this was some kind of punishment. And I wonder if this was at one of the other college mates' house, unless it was the storage room, the laundry room. But pay attention to DM's reaction. She doesn't seem to be thrilled of being in this picture. This was taken at the same night. You can see Xana, may she rest in peace. Xana looks pretty there. Pay attention to the glasses that Xana has on. We've seen DM wearing the same pair of glasses. So I wonder if that was taken from DM that night. I love to study backgrounds and pictures. People are different, but I believe I get a lot through watching and studying the backgrounds. But then that's part of what my career is about as a cognitive behavior therapist. As mental health counselors, we do look a lot around the backgrounds, study our clients/patients. Pay attention to Xana's hand. She has it across her mouth. Now pay attention to Xana's left hand. Is it me, or does it look very swollen on the left hand? Like Xana's punched something or injured herself, allegedly. DM seems to be really upset or hurt. Now pay attention to this picture. Xana is sitting on the right-hand side, and we have Maddie sitting on DM's lap. Trigger warning, this is just my opinion. It looks to me like Dylan is being forced to drink alcohol. And it makes me think that, when students are usually in college and off-campus houses, they do a lot of pranks. And especially when you're a senior member of the fraternity, they end up punishing you with different tasks. And I wonder if that's what's happening here. Because clearly DM has her mouth open. She doesn't seem to be very comfortable in this position. And it's strange enough, we have Maddie with the open can sitting on DM's lap. Maybe, just maybe, trying to make her drink whatever in the can. DM moved to 1122 Kings Road in August 2022. So she was one of the new roommates. In the beginning of this case, there was rumors going on that Maddie was a mean girl. We even heard the incident of Hannah Clear. Hannah Clear was the young girl who was found unalived. Basically, they said that she unalived herself, and her body was found 3 days later. That was quite strange. Allegedly, it was said that she shared a dorm. She was a dorm mate with Maddie. And that was when rumors were flying that Maddie and allegedly Kaylee, one of them or both of them were mean girls. This is just for educational purpose. I told you that I don't want to leave one stone unturned. That means some things will be comfortable to talk about and some things will be extremely upsetting for people to talk about or people to listen. But if we are searching for the correct justice for these 4 victims, we need to know what could have been the motives or the motive. The chief said that the roommates or one of the roommates was targeted. And then we heard the prosecutor, William Thompson, saying that the house was the target. Which one was it? I wonder if there was some kind of beef going on inside the house with the roommates. Now, if you pay attention to the fact that Maddie's sitting on top of Dylan with a can of alcohol towards DM's mouth, pay attention to how Xana's legs have locked DM. Xana has a leg on DM, Maddie sitting on DM. That's just in my opinion. What was actually going on there? Were the new roommates supposed to do some task to be accepted as part of the group? Or was DM being punished for something that she did, something that she said? Could this have been one of the motives to the fact that DM and BF and Murphy were not harmed? This picture does not look right to me, and I've been sitting and thinking about these pictures for a very, very long time, from the beginning. But the more I study the pictures, the more I notice that Xana's leg is locking DM so that DM cannot get up or let herself loose. We have Maddie sitting on top of DM. We know for a fact that Maddie, Xana worked together at the Mad Creek. So they have a relationship. They were roommates from before. And, if I'm not wrong, BF is part of the fraternities with Maddie and Xana. So like I said before, pay attention to Xana's hand. Was she punching someone or something? Allegedly. Her fingers are swollen, but look at the other fingers. Another hand. It looks completely fine besides the red spot in the middle finger, her right hand finger. But this hand looks very swollen. And DM looks very sad. I think this picture was taken the same night something is written on DM's chest. You can see DM still has the same blue wig on. It was early in the night, so she was in a better mood to take a picture of herself. Another thing that I've noticed is that is Kaylee's room. When Kaylee's parents, Steve and Chrissy, said that Kaylee moved already, she was studying from home, I doubt that. Nothing is moved from Kaylee's room. You have her pictures hanging up the wall. You have the mirror. You have candle stands. You have the lights, the studio lights. Her curtains looked nice and clean. She would have packed all those stuff up. And that's what makes me believe that Kaylee was actually sleeping in her room that night. I've said that many times before. She must have heard a scuffle going on in Maddie's room, or Maddie yelling, and maybe she came to check what happened, surprise the suspects or suspect, and then they unlived Kaylee and maybe tossed on the bed. I showed you from day one, a year ago, when Saeed was watching the pictures of Kaylee sitting in a sitting position. And 7 months after I showed it first on my channel, we saw clearly 7 months later, around November, December 2023, that Kaylee's parents explained to us how Kaylee was found in the sitting position. Now that can't be a coincidence. Now you have another girl wearing a blue wig too on that Halloween. Xana has on the same clothes. And that wig looks like the wig DM is actually wearing. DM doesn't seem to be happy at all. Maybe she's not a drinker. Maybe she didn't want to drink that night. You can clearly see Maddie sitting on top of Dylan. She's sitting on her lap. She has the can open towards DM's mouth, and Xana's leg is locking up DM so that she wouldn't move. This is the glasses that I was telling you about that Xana was wearing that same night. I think it belonged to DM, because I've seen DM wearing these glasses in many pictures. Look at how DM is actually sitting. This was at the end of the night. She looks like she's in a room by herself. Was she being bullied? Allegedly. Could that be the reason that DM decided not to call for help? Just a question. She looks like she's wearing on some clown's clothes. And she looks very embarrassed, humiliated, intoxicated, very sad. I hope that was not the case, because nobody deserves to be bullied no matter what. But these are just my speculations only. These pictures were taken on Halloween Day, 30th of October 2022, 4:55 p.m. As a licensed mental health counselor, you learn and deal with many cases of people, students especially, being bullied for whatever reason. Maybe because the other student wants to make themselves look good. Maybe it's about power, fame. Something is clearly written on DM his chest. You You can see that DM looks very confident in that picture. And DM looks really sad, depressed in this picture. Like she lost all self-confidence. She looks intoxicated, embarrassed. And these pictures was put out after Halloween on many of the roommates' TikToks and social media. Imagine how humiliated DM must have felt when all the students in the campus, in the university, possibly, allegedly, if this is the case, knew that she's been bullied. You know, when you're in the age of 20, 21 and younger, students don't think much about the sadness, psychological damage, embarrassment, lack of self-confidence that bullying brings. When we were younger, we had bullies around every college campus and high schools, but we didn't have social media, so there was no one there to expose our embarrassment. I wonder if this could have anything to do with the fact that DM did not call 911, or if she could have been involved in the unalivings somehow or the other. I don't believe she did it personally herself. But if these girls, or if one of the girls were mean girls, allegedly, isn't motive, isn't revenge a good reason for a motive? Just saying. Liked by Yes YH1, and 4,621 others. Maddie Morgan, Meet the Roommates. And you have two glasses cheering. This was on August 16, 2022. Is that when DM moved in? So was that a test the new roommates had to go through? Embarrassment? Being embarrassed in front of half of the university because this went on viral on their social media. I've always asked, what was the relationship between the roommates and the surviving roommates? I think there's a story behind it. How come the two surviving roommates are the only two and the dog Murphy that survived? It seemed like Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana had a very close relationship. Could they have been bullying the surviving roommates and other girls for fun, like we heard about Hannah Clear, allegedly? DM had her birthday, I believe, on the 1st or 2nd of November. She looked happy there. Could DM have felt like an outsider? Could she have felt bullied? Was it a pattern going on for a long time? Could this have brought her psychological stress, depression, anxiety, different kinds of mixed emotions? Pay attention to this. Xana Kernodle charged DM on the 11th of August 2022 for power. I'm sure that is gas. Then Maddie Morgan charged DM for utilities bills. And downstairs you see DM paid Zan a conodle. Could DM have been getting bullied? Possibly. I've showed you all this plenty of times before, especially in the beginning of this case. DM has a truck keys in her hand. Strangely enough, she has on van shoes too. A van's footprint was found in front of DM's door. I know that many of the college students wear Vans, Converse, and such kind of shoes. That's not... That doesn't mean actually much, but I'm just saying she just does have on the shoes, and I look at everything. Now, the truck that she's standing in front of, I've heard rumors that it belongs to her stepfather, and I've heard rumors that it belongs to her stepmother, who was married to her father, but it belongs to someone close to DM. This black truck is very interesting because this is the black truck that was driving across Taylor Avenue. I believe this is the same black truck. I'm not saying it's exactly this one, but the black truck that was driving at Banfield, you could see the lights flashing, the headlights near 1122 Kings Road. And when it comes down the hill, it passes by Banfield, and the headlight flashes, does not show anymore at 1122 Kings Road. I believe it is the same truck. Whether it's DM's or not, a black truck was coming from that direction. Now, do you all remember I told you all about some people from Chicago who had a tripod, I think behind the house or in front of the house, around those areas, and at 2 a.m. they saw a blonde woman running and yelling hysterically from the house. Strangely enough, they wrote that on Facebook and it was taken down the next day. They said they informed it to the FBI, which was never mentioned. Was it BF or was it DM that was running hysterically? It was either from the behind door or from the front door. Let's not forget the front door was left wide open. 8:30 a.m. in the morning, a neighbor reported seeing the door wide open. Was the door left open because somebody rang hysterically out? Or was the wide door left wide open so that they could distract us on which door was used, the front or the back? Or was it so that the coroner could not get the exact timestamp of the unalivings? It could have been anything. You see the black truck now? That was at exactly 3 o'clock. You see the black truck driving. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Was this DM's car? Was it heading towards Linda Lane? Adriana Juliana put this up on a TikTok, I guess. Was it Maddie Morgan? Maddie and DM look quite close there, but this was later down the lane. Is it because DM allegedly passed the test? Kaylee's room looked like she was still living there. It was neat and tidy. Her bed was still there. I think she has a dog's cage there or something. Could it be possible that DM just wanted to be accepted by the roommates? Let's not forget she's younger than them. Was DM just wanting to be a part of the group? We've heard rumors that Kaylee was invited by DM to be a +1. Now pay attention to what is written downstairs. Kaylee, Congav's, and Dylan Mortison's +1. Could DM have invited Kaylee to set her up, allegedly? What was DM's intentions of inviting Kaylee to be a +1? Did she want some kind of retaliation for Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana, allegedly? Or did someone ask DM to set the girls up and bring them there? It doesn't make sense that DM and BF heard fights, whatever, running around, rummaging upstairs. It leaked out from the grand jury according to Steve G., Kaylee's father. But yet, DM and BF allegedly were texting each other. They did not call the police. In fact, they decided to call Hunter Johnson before 911. Quite strange. So what was the dynamics going on inside 1122 Kings Road is my question. DM doesn't look very happy in that picture, and this was the last picture taken of the victims and surviving roommates. Was it just Maddie who was part of the Mean Girls? Allegedly, because that was what the rumors were surfacing around in the beginning. The former roommate said, "Everybody can hear each other's footsteps in creaky house," former resident says. So how come the surviving roommates did not hear anything? Could this have been a retaliation, a revenge on our livings? Allegedly. There is DM with that infamous glasses of hers, and we saw Xana wearing it on. Was it taken from DM? We know how important it is with image and being popular when you're a college student. Could that have left a scar on DM, a psychologically mental state? Just asking. So we can see DM had on her glasses that night, but she looks very humiliated. She looks very sad. You can literally see her eyes from the glasses. I don't think she passed out. It looked more like she was isolated and put in a room to be humiliated. She seems to be embarrassed, sad. That's just what I see or what I feel. Like I said, look at Xana's hands. The one on the left seems to be really injured and bruised. And this is the most interesting picture I've seen. Maddie is literally trying to force DM to drink something. She's sitting on her lap. She must have told her, open your mouth. Open it wider. Could this be part of hazing? Allegedly. And look at Xana, his leg and thigh. She has a whole leg sitting on DM. And we have Maddie sitting on DM's lap. What was actually going on? And you can see, you can look clearly that they posted this on TikTok. How humiliated was DM made to feel? What if she asked them to take down those pictures and they refused? And maybe DM knew that, like Jack Showalter said, you know they're going to get you for this, Maddie. That's when Kaylee says, Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And she said, Maddie said, I told Adam like everything. Could it be possible that DM knew that there were other people in the university, organizations that were out for these girls, and maybe she was so upset of being bullied that they decided not to call 911? Or she could have decided, or DM could have decided just to drive off and not turn back. Maybe she was told, just drive off. They had it coming. I know it sounds horrible to say that, but I'm just asking the questions. We can't ignore this. What was the relationship between the 4 victims, the 2 surviving roommates, and all the people who were chilling at that party revenue? We've even heard rumors that Quinn Kelly was actually there that night. That's DM's ex-boyfriend. We heard that DM and Quinn took a lot of pictures. They put it up at VSOP, that's the app, and they put it on Snapchat, and they took it out. Because obviously they would get busted for the alibi. We even saw DM, I showed you all, paying for the power bills to both Xana and Maddie. Please let me know what you'll think in the comment channel. Be mindful and respectful about it, because these 4 precious victims are no longer here with us. All we are trying to do is get justice for them. And guys, my dear subscribers and viewers, I put down the link in my community channel and under many comments. Please subscribe to Psychology and Crime Reacts. Hopefully this will be the final clip that I'm putting up on Mental Health and Crime channel for a while only. So I don't want people to be just helping themselves with my channel because I'm trying to fix some issues with it. Have a lovely weekend. Justice for the surviving roommates, the roommates, everyone involved in this case. And may the truth be exposed.